What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 8 of our Thursday Tailgate. I'm your host, Donnie Bennett with Wakulla FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Next to me, my host, they say he once jumped on the back of a silverback gorilla and gave it a wet willy. He is the voice of the War Eagles, Mr. Chris Savory. What's up, buddy?
How's it going, buddy? I don't know where you come up with these, but I love them. Yeah, man, glad to be here. Weather's finally starting to cool off. It's starting to feel like fall for once. And we start to just wind down towards the end of the regular season, and things is all gravy right now in the Wakulla War Eagle camp.
Yeah, so right away, man, let's get right into Suwannee.
Man, listen, I tell you what, Suwannee comes in playing for their playoff and district life. We knew that we were going to get the best that they had to offer, and they gave us that and then some. It started off in the first half, and there's no other way to put it. Suwannee just came out and punched us in the mouth in the first half. Our offense just was not able to get anything going. That defensive front for Suwannee was causing all kinds of troubles. Jalen Warsham didn't really have time to get rid of the ball in the pass plays. They were stifling our run game. Luckily, our defense played their hearts out in the first half and kept us in it. And I tell you what, Chase Linville came up with a big field goal in the first half to keep it a ball game. At one point, it was 6-0. Then Chase Linville kicked a field goal to make it 6-3. And then right before half, Suwannee was able to score again. Now, important note: remember, we blocked both of their extra point attempts. So at the half, it was 12-3. And we go in trailing at half for the first time this season. And this was a gut check time for the War Eagles and the coaching staff. The first time we're trailing a game that everybody expects us to win handily and going away was a game that we were in trouble, and we were in a lot of trouble, and things did not look promising. But I tell you what, we got one of the best coaching staffs to make its adjustments at the half, and one of the best group of players that's able to enact those adjustments and make it happen in the second half, and that's just what they did.
Yeah, and that was one of the things I was going to mention was that, it's almost like a counterpuncher. They came out, they threw a punch, landed a few times, and got us on our heels a little bit, and then coming at halftime, just like you said, and the coaching staff just did an excellent job.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I'd be lying if I didn't say it. I was nervous just because of nothing was happening offensively. We couldn't run, we couldn't pass. They were blowing up our blocking schemes. So what we noticed in the second half when the offense came back out, there was a small adjustment made on offense where we sent an extra blocker up through the holes when we were rushing the ball, and it completely changed the game. Started out, Jordan Bolden had some tremendous runs in the second half. Started off, got us right on the board right off the bat, and converted the extra point. So just like that, it's a 12-10 ball game. We're still trailing, but we're back in the thing. And I'll be darned if Suwannee didn't come down and on a busted play, the quarterback just threw up a Hail Mary pass, and it landed right in the receiver's hands. They go in for a touchdown, and then they went for 2, and we kept that from happening. So it was 18-10, and we've only got a couple minutes left before the third quarter's over in its fourth quarter. Well, we're able to hit Denzel Miller on a nice bomb right over the middle, wide open, beautiful touchdown, about a 70-yard touchdown catch. And then we went for 2. Jalen Warsham was able to convert that. It was 18-18, tie ball game at the end of the third. Might as well be 0-0, and it's time to really get it going. Then the coaches made what I thought was a great, a gutsy call, and that was to kick the onside kick, which we did, and we recovered.
And the place went crazy.
Yeah, and the place went crazy.
It
was nuts after that, and it was all War Eagles after that, and we were able to score again. On a touchdown. I think Bolden scored after we drove down the field, and Bolden was able to punch it in from about 4 yards out. And then we made another nice defensive stop, and Chase Linville tacked on another field goal, second field goal for the night. He hasn't missed a field goal yet this year. He's only missed one extra point. That made it 28-18, and then to cap off the game when Suwannee had the ball, Desmond Green had the game-sealing interception, and Wakulla wins 28-18 in a tough, hard-fought game, a game we needed like that to open our eyes to what could happen, and also to prove that we can win when things are going against us. But we're 8-0 in the season, 2-0 in the district, sitting pretty as far as the playoff race goes. We're number 1 in our region in the playoff, but we still got to win out. We got to win, tonight against Gainesville on the road. It's a Thursday night game, and then next week our final district matchup against Rickards, where we can seal the district championship and that first place seeding in our region. But everything looking good right now, but a scary game, a game we needed, a tough game, but we found a way to win, and that's what good, great teams do.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things, and I say absolutely a lot, I pick on you about the phenomenon, but I say absolutely a lot. Anyway, so one of the couple things I wanted just to point out real quick was obviously the great coaching and how they changed it and flipped that script basically at halftime. And then Slade Watkins, I thought, played a great game. Yeah. He actually, I told you, he spoke at our Wednesday Fields of Faith. There was over 350 plus people there, and he spoke in front of everyone, done an excellent job. And then he comes Friday night and has a crazy game. The other two, I said I was going to say their names, was Colton Nichols and Denzel Miller, 16 and 22. Listen, they were blocking out of their mind.
Yes.
And you can see on the highlights when people go back and watch them, man, you'll see 22 or 16 hitting somebody and breaking them. And that's all Jordan needs is just give him a little crease and he's going to be gone.
And I'll tell you another thing about them two, they're phenomenal players, especially Denzel Miller, Slade Watkins, and you talk about Nichols. They execute every single week. But then you talk about Bolden, and he had a run in the second half. The drive ended up stalling out, but the run itself got everybody into that game, got everybody fired up. He was hit about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, didn't go down. And when I say the whole Suwannee defense was on him, I mean the whole Suwannee defense. And he ran, it was slow motion, but 17 more yards before he was finally brought down. And I said it during the game, Bolden is 5'5", 170 pounds. That's what he's listed, but he runs like he's 6'4".
He's a 5'5" monster.
Yeah, he runs like he's 6'4", 280. I mean, he's unbelievable. But yeah, so great, great game, tough game. We needed that. A lot of people say, what do you mean we needed that? Well, when we're undefeated, and we've won a lot of games going away, and we've been challenged, but not challenged with our backs up against the wall, and that's where we were at this week, and we found a way to win to move to 8-0 and 2-0 on the district.
All right, so going to the next one, Gainesville. Do you know anything about Gainesville? What are we looking at? Things like that.
Gainesville, big school. I think they're 7 or 8A school. They're having an off year this year. They're 1-6 on the season. They just won their first game last week. But defensively, they're very strong. Defensively up front, they're very good, and that's what we tend to struggle with this year that we've seen so far is teams with good defensive fronts. Takes us a little while for our offense to get going, so it's going to be interesting to see what lessons we've learned so far this year and how we apply them to this game tonight. But we got to win. We got to win out. It's the way these playoffs it works now with this RPI ranking and all that stuff. The best way you can assure yourself a high seeding or top seeding is, one, you got to win your district, and two, make sure you win all your games. And right now, we have an opportunity to go 9-0 after this Thursday night game with our final game against Rickards next week, which is a district game. We got a chance to clinch the district then, but it's just about execution. We're on the road, short week, just had a big victory. Again, this sets up like a trap game. You got to be worried about it. You got a team that everybody expects us to beat handily, and we should beat handily. But that potential's there. We're looking ahead towards the winning the district championship. We're going for the district championship. Got to focus on what's going on and execute. I have no doubt Coach Cleese and the staff will have the boys ready.
Yeah. Well, a couple things we want to just touch on. I know volleyball plays tonight in Mosley for the district championship. That's awesome. I actually was able to see them the other night, and man, they're impressive. I think they'll go far. I think that's a state watch myself. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. Also, RMS and WMS.
Yeah,
they play Friday night, and that's going to be awesome. You got two really good quarterbacks, Cleese and Cox, going at each other.
Undefeated.
Both of them undefeated. It's going to be an amazing game. I'm excited about it. I'm going to be there. I'm going to bring some highlights, hopefully, after everything's said and done. And I think, Chris, I want to make sure. I think I covered everything.
Yeah.
Is any last words for you, buddy?
No, man. Before we're on the road these final 2 games. We're against Gainesville here on this Thursday night, and then next week in Tallahassee against Rickards. But if we make the playoffs and if we hold our seeding, number 1 seeding in this region, we'll have a lot of home games for the playoffs, and we need everybody to pack the house just like they've been doing all year. We travel really well. We're one of the best traveling teams in the state of Florida, but we need, once these playoffs start, we really need to pack the house, especially next week up in Tallahassee, just a short drive, where we take on Rickards to try to win the district championship. So our fans are awesome. This team is playing really well right now. I'm excited. A little bit nervous, but excited. This regular season is almost over, and this is when money football starts. This playoffs is just right around the corner.
Yep. Well, Chris, great hanging out with you, man. Great talking, and I hope we came and got you enough information to get you excited. And look for our Fired Up Friday video. Will be coming out too soon. So thank you for everything, and thank you for watching. Y'all take it easy. Go Warriors.